NFC West.
Cardinals will be last place. They're trying to actively tank and trade everybody, so I'll give the Cardinals 1 win. The Rams are third, 6-11. I think their offense, if Cooper Kupp would stay healthy, will still be able to throw the ball a lot, but their offensive line is not good. McVay is going to help them. Their schedule is tough. They're going to compete in games. I don't think they're going to be like last year where they're going to completely fold, but I think it's still going to be very hard with a lot of defensive players lost, a lot of young guys all at once. I think just with a lot of new coaches all at once, it's going to be hard for them. So I'm going to say Rams third place, 6-11. So here comes the first big surprise. I am going to take the 49ers second. I'm not sure how the quarterback situation is going to come back with Brock Purdy. I think it's going to take them a little while to get going. I think they're rushing him back, and I think it's going to be a big mistake for them. Deebo Samuel just coming off an injury too. How good is he going to be right away? And the big thing that no one's talking about is the offensive line lost a lot of pieces this offseason. Trent Williams is still there. Obviously, he's been the best tackle in football for quite a while, but McGlinchey on the other side goes to Denver. A lot of their veteran guards are gone now too, so I'm not as high on this 49ers overall offense this year. I think Kittle will have to do more blocking as a result. Juszczyk, and secondary-wise, can they get those guys back healthy on the defensive side of the ball? 3 corners hurt last year. How will they come back? And again, if Brock Purdy doesn't play well, they get to go to Sam Darnold, and it creates a bad culture for this team. So I'm going to say the 49ers. They still make the playoffs, but I'm going to say them as the second place team. I got the Seahawks winning the division, and because Seattle got some really good defensive players in this offseason. They brought back Bobby Wagner. They signed Devin Bush from the Steelers. They brought in Julian Love from the Giants, who had a very good year. Draymond Jones, Jaron Reed. That was the biggest weakness for Seattle last year. They could stop the pass. Their secondary was great, but they could not stop the run, and I think they really bolstered that well. Offensive line was really good. They're only going to get better. 2 second-year tackles, a third-year guard, Damian Lewis, and now bringing in Jigba too. You have 3 really good wide receivers. So the Seahawks have the capabilities to play like the Vikings and the Bengals and offenses like that can play those 3 receiver type sets. It's not just going to be just a running type team like we saw in years past. And I love the coaching with Pete Carroll too. And Geno Smith, he proved himself last year. Give me Seattle, 12-5, winning the division, number 2 overall seed in the NFC.
What could I say bad about this team? They're obviously trying to lose. Kyler Murray will not be back this year. I wouldn't even be surprised if he played professional baseball after this year. I think the Rams are horrible. They have no offensive line. They have no draft stock. Cooper Kupp being out a significant amount of time doesn't help them. I think he'll demand a trade. We've heard Matthew Stafford is not happy playing with the youngsters. He might demand a trade. I don't think they win more than 4 or 5 games. The Rams are the second worst team in the NFC West. I think Seattle is the second best team in the division. I don't know if I would pick them over San Francisco. I don't trust Brock Purdy. And if Brock Purdy gets hurt, who's their backup quarterback? Sam Darnold. I would have trusted Sam Darnold of Brock Purdy, being that Brock Purdy coming off a UCL tear, starting the season with his throwing arm. It definitely has to worry you, especially if he's franchise quarterback. You give Nick Bosa that type of money, you expect him to show up. Hargrave's got a lot of money in the offseason coming from Philadelphia. The questions really lie with Seattle right now is with the weapons. Are the weapons DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Jigba? Ohio State wide receivers are very good. Seattle wins 10 games, 11 games. They make the playoffs. I like everything about them. By the way, I don't want to see Adams play this year, that big mouth idiot.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be back.
He will be back this year. He won't be back in the first week, but he'll probably be back the second or third week. But I'm looking forward to watching him get his face beaten in. My number 1 team is San Francisco. I'm not trusting Purdy. And we've seen quarterbacks come off the bench like Brock Purdy and put up numbers. So in a Kyle Shanahan type of offense, it could absolutely work. I just don't know if I trust it, and I don't know if I believe it. I do believe they're the number 1 team in that division because of their defense. I think Bosa and Hargrave adding to that defensive line is only going to make them even massively better. They have what it takes to win a championship with the defense that sound. The question is offensively, is George Kittle going to stay healthy? Is McCaffrey going to stay healthy? Is Deebo Samuel going to stay healthy? This is a team that's been fighting injury every single year. And Purdy, look at Brock Purdy's record last year against 500 teams. He was 2-1. And that was at the end of the season when some of those teams weren't even starting their starters. They don't win more than 11, 12 games.